necesitas. Solo quiero que tú seas mía. Quiero hacértelo. La luna yo te bajaré. Mi corazón te lo daré. Conmigo vas a enloquecer. Yo quiero estar contigo.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Makudi will bring you the sports moments of your life, and I am Benny Kuji. All right, on the show today, the Arsenal draw with Manchester City is still causing a lot of waves everywhere. I don't know, maybe it's because people are believing that this season is supposed to be for Arsenal, or should I say this season is supposed to be for Arsenal, but this season is for the taking for Arsenal, and Arsenal are not working towards it. And Gary Neville is talking about that very important match that Arsenal threw away. Let's use the word Arsenal threw that one away. Gary Neville is actually talking about that one. But before we go into that, let's bring you up to speed with the latest sport news around you and around the world. Tennis world number one Carlos Alcaraz shrugged off an ankle injury to beat Argentine Sebastian Baez 6-4, 6-2 to start his Japan Open campaign. U.S. Open champion Alcaraz crumbled to the ground chasing a shot in the fifth game of the opening set in Tokyo and sat on the court grimacing for several minutes. The Spaniard had his left ankle heavily strapped during a medical timeout before gingerly returning. He soon began to move comfortably and broke world number 41 Baez to take a 5-4 lead. The match was delayed for a further half an hour as organizers closed the stadium roof with rain falling. Alcaraz returned strongly and closed out the first set before breezing past Baez in the second. Number 2 seed Taylor Fritz of the US survived a tough opening test against Canada's Gabriel Diallo to go through 6-4, 4-6, 6-3, 7-6, 7-3. Fritz, the world number 5, beat Alcaraz at the Lever Cup in San Francisco last week. Norway's number 4 seed Kasper Ruud also advanced with a 4-6, 6-1, 6-1 win over Japan's Shintaro Mochizuki. Number 5 seed Thomas Mike of the Czech Republic went out after losing 6-3, 7-6, 7-4 to Japanese qualifier Sho Shimabukuro. President Bola Tinubu has declared that the time has come for Nigeria and the entire African continent to raise its Commonwealth dream. Tinubu's message came just as Nigeria yesterday made an advanced presentation in the United Kingdom to strengthen its bid to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games. President Tinubu believes that it is Nigeria's turn to host the Games in 2030, which will be the first time for Africa in 100 years. Nigeria had bids to host the 2014 Commonwealth Games in the city of Abuja but lost to Glasgow. This time around, Tinubu is of the opinion that Nigeria stands a better chance to host the centenary edition in 2030. The Nigerian delegation, led by Chairman of the National Sport Commission (NSC), Malam Shehu Diko, and Director General Honorable Bukola Olokpade, yesterday in London, emphasized that the bid is an opportunity to foster a shared legacy that epitomizes the current Commonwealth spirit. Nigeria's Abuja 2030 bid is presented as an opportunity to shape the next century of the Commonwealth through humility, equality, and shared destiny, ensuring that Africa's youth are an important part of the future. And back to our topic of discussion. Former Manchester United captain Gary Neville has claimed that Arsenal players would have questioned the tactical decision for manager Mikel Arteta against Manchester City. According to Neville, Arteta's starting 11 would have raised eyebrow in the dressing room. Arteta opted for a cautious approach against City, leaving Eberechi Eze and Gabriel Martinelli on the bench and starting Mikel Merino and Leandro Trossard at the Emirates. Neville said, "I don't think 60,000 or 70,000 fans can be wrong in how they feel. And I don't think any of us who were in the stadium or in that stadium can be wrong either. The big thing for me is the players." He named that team on Friday afternoon, or let's say Thursday afternoon, in the training, and he leaves out Eze and he leaves out Martinelli and puts in Trossard and Merino. I guarantee you that dressing room straight away we're looking at him and thinking, you've got it the same again. You've done it at Anfield and a little bit at Old Trafford, but certainly at Anfield. And I'm asking the question, can Gary Neville in his playing days question the tactical decision of Alex Ferguson, or can player actually question coach tactical decisions? And also, are fans and pundits too harsh on Arsenal's display against Manchester City? This is our question today. You can be a part of the show when you call our studio line. Call us on 0903 648 5868. I'll take the number again, 0903 648 5868. And you can also be a part of the show when you comment on our Facebook handle. Our Facebook handle is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makodi, and I'll be here to read your comments live. Okay, we have a caller already. Hello? Oh, we lost that one. Okay. Why I'm asking this is Gary Neville. We all know Gary Neville. He's one of the legends of Manchester United. Actually, the former captain of Manchester United. And in his analysis of that game, he said Arsenal fans should have questioned Mikel Arteta's decision not to involve Eberechi in that game, Eberechi and Martinelli, and it began to bother me. Hello. Yes. Good evening.
Good evening. I am Nanga Luben, calling from Kappa, local government.
Okay, Luben. Oh, we lost it. Luben, you can call back. You can call back and have your say. Maybe it's just network. So, we all know Sir Alex. When Sir Alex was at Manchester United, he was a no-nonsense coach. And now, Neville is saying that Arsenal players on that day, after the coach might have read out the squad list and also his tactical play for that match, that they should have questioned the coach, and I'm like, wow. Can Neville, that is saying this, let's say he's advising Arsenal players, will he have been able to do this same thing to Sir Alex? That is my question. Okay, we have a caller. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Kuji.
Good evening.
You are speaking to Gondemos from Sabongida Gan.
Okay, Gondemos, go on.
Gary Neville, during his days at Manchester United, has he ever questioned Alex Ferguson for bringing up his lineup? Those people, Arteta Futures, are they not Arsenal squad? Are they not in the Arsenal squad? If the management of the club feel that Arteta did wrong, they are the people to question him and not the fans, not the players. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that one. He's asking me more questions. The question I threw to him, he asked me back. Can Gary Neville actually question the former Manchester United coach Sir Alex Ferguson? Sir Alex Ferguson, we know him. Even the biggest stars Manchester United had ever created in David Beckham. I think years later, see Ronaldo, but I think before see Ronaldo, it was David Beckham. Sir Alex used his boot to hit him on his head. I think that was what Sir Alex did to David Beckham, and we know David Beckham. If he could do that, can a Gary Neville actually come out to question Sir Alex, and why he's also giving this advice to the younger generation? That is my question. It's not just one question. I'm also asking, are fans and pundits too harsh on Arsenal display against Manchester City? We all know that match, how it all went out, how it all played. There are a lot of criticism against Manchester Arsenal on that very game, because Arsenal, it was like they were afraid to attack. The coach was afraid to attack, and therefore the fans and pundits are coming out to say that he cannot actually win the league like that. It's like he's having his hand on the handbrake. Whenever he wants to attack, he'll press the hand, he'll hold the handbrake. So that is my question. Do you think that Arteta, the fans are too harsh on him? You can call our studio line. The studio lines is 0903 648 5868. I'll take the number again, 0903 648 5868. And like I said earlier, you can also comment on our Facebook handle. This handle is just search on Facebook, search for Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi or Speedy Sports. You will see it will definitely pop up, and then we are there live. You can comment, and I'll be here to read your comments. Now, one of the major criticism against Arteta on that very match was that he was too cautious, and he wasted a lot of time before putting pressure on Manchester City. If you look at the whole of that game, Arsenal had it was in the 31st minute that Arsenal had the first attempt at goal. The first attempt at goal came in the 31st minute, which is almost to the stoppage of half time. And by that time, City had already scored. So Arsenal they had everything. Everything was working for them. They battled in the midfield. If you watch that game that day, they actually battled in the midfield. Eventually, they dominated the midfield, but Arteta was just too cautious, and that is why what managers and fans alike are saying, pundits and fans alike are saying, that Arteta is too cautious. Do you think that he's too cautious? And if he's this cautious, can he actually win the league? Do you have to take risks to win the league? like what City did in that very game. After City went down, City they decided to play a Jose Mourinho. Let me use it that way. They decided to play a Jose Mourinho. They decided to pack the bus. And if not for luck, someone said Arsenal were lucky to even score that goal. They were lucky. Manchester City would have gone home with that win. So do you agree with all of this? You can call us. The studio lines again is 0903 648 5868. I'll take the number again, 0903 648 5868. Another important point to also talk about in that match is that why some are saying that despite that Arsenal had all the possession that day, Arsenal had all the possession, but when it comes to that game, City were more threatening. Hello.
Good evening. I'm Ugondo calling back.
Okay, Ugondo.
Arsenal dominated the midfield, but they were unable to put the true passes for the strikers to score goals. And the Manchester strikers, the likes of Haaland and Duku, were in the pitch. So the defenders were afraid to push forward because if they push forward and these two guys happen to get the ball, it will be dangerous. That is why Arteta was cautious. He knew somebody like Haaland, you know how he runs, and Duku, the way he destroyed defenders. So I think that was more of the reason they were unable to push forward.
And that is why I'm asking, in some of these games as coaches, don't you need to take risk?
But playing a team like Manchester City is dangerous to take that risk. You are home. Coaches normally take risks when they are away and not at their ground.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for that one. That Arteta, maybe for him, Arteta was technical enough to know that Manchester City had two dangerous attackers in Erling Haaland and Doku. That any of these guys, give them a meter, you've given them a yard. The next thing you see, the counter will be so swift, and before you know, they will score against you. Now, that was why Arteta decided to be cautious and not to risk anything. And he also made a point. He said that you take risks when you are playing at home. You don't take risks when you're playing away. That maybe for him, a draw is for Arsenal is a good result. I think that's what he's trying to say. And if you're just joining us, this is SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. My name is Benny Kuji. We have a caller. Hello.
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 Hello. Coach Benjamin, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, it's Isaac from Navy Barras Council.
Okay, Isaac, go on. You've been following us, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
I think my take, briefly my take is, Tata and Pep Guardiola, they are familiar foes.
Yes.
And you know that
the kid behind you is seriously disrupting us.
Hello?
I said the kid behind you is seriously the noise is loud over here.
Oh, I didn't get you.
Okay, go on.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, stop making mistakes. I'm making. What I say is, recall that Arteta came under the tutelage of
Pep Guardiola.
Under the tutelage of Pep Guardiola. And he know his tactical acumen very well. You understand the kind of person he is. He's in better position to tell the kind of a tactics he could deploy on a day that he had a match, or he has a match with Guardiola, better than anybody speaking, no matter how good or how technically this thing sound they are in their knowledge of football. I believe that this kind of a high-profile match is better to have a game plan, and then being also a tough side, playing a tough side like Manchester City. I think it's better to go for a point than to lose it all. That is my take. I think what he did, as for me, the tactical plan that is going with a point is better than having none at the end of the day.
So for you, the fans and pundits criticizing Arteta, they are not correct.
No, I think they are soccer pundits.
Yes.
You only lose for a fault. You only lose for a fault. Try to pick a fault. Yes, against a manager or a tactician or single out a player has been responsible for any result that didn't turn out well. That's what they are out for.
Okay, all right. Thanks for that one.
It's okay. Thank
you. He said something very, very important. He said pundits normally are people that normally find faults. Where there is faults, that is where they will see. Hello.
Hello, Ben. Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, you're speaking with Tina from Northern.
Okay, Tina, you're welcome. We're welcome to the show.
Okay. To me, I would say, I remember I was talking to some of my friends when I said Mikel Arteta should be able to start thinking outside the box. Because, for you to win a Premier League, you should know that sometimes when your regular players, your regular starters that you know, when they are not living up to expectation, you try to reshuffle the team immediately just to get the needed results.
Yes.
Because when you looked at the match, when you watched the match that Sunday, you know that even Pep Guardiola himself played the game that he have never played.
Of course.
Life.
Yeah.
He packed the ball, the first. So he needed creativity in the
midfield.
He needed creativity up front. So that he could be able to break into that defense. Because if you notice, Pep Guardiola is not used to that defensive type of game. That's why when Eze was introduced, he got penalized. Yes. So he just lacked. He thought maybe those three up front could give him that. How could you just bench an Eberechi Eze in that kind of crucial match? So I was also angry and mad at him. But he got to realize that towards the end of the match, and it was already too late. So
all right. So for you, the fans and the pundits are not too harsh for criticizing Arsenal and the coach.
They are not harsh. The last time they got that Premier League, I think it's 20-something years. So they are very, very hungry to get that result. So I don't see them being harsh. They should live up to expectations.
Wow. Okay. Thanks for that one, Tina.
You're welcome.
For Tina, the fans and the pundits are not too harsh on Arsenal and Arsenal's coach, because the last time Arsenal won a trophy, it's been 20 years ago. So, hello?
Hello, Coach. Wait. Hello, Coach.
Yes. Go on.
You see,
can you tell us your name so that you go before you go on?
It's Isaac. I called earlier, just before Tina.
Okay.
I think, you see, it's all about game management. Depending on the kind of game they are going into, then that is one point. Then I think the talking point after that match should have been Guardiola tactics for the day. Who played kind of a Jose Mourinho's tactics? Who packed the ball? It's something that is yes. I think that should have been the major talking point as for me. If I were the soccer pundits that brought out this issue, this issue that we are debating about.
Okay, thanks for that one. Okay, for him, He's saying that the pundits shouldn't be talking about what even transpired for Arsenal. They should be talking about Manchester City that played a game that nobody ever expect Manchester City to play. And I think this is how far we can go for the show today. The show is so interesting today, but we just have to let it go. And I'll see you on Saturday by God's grace. It's from me to you. I'm saying have a nice day and God bless your heart. I'll see you on Saturday. Bye.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.